All right. Let's see what happens today. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to my stream. I've got Instagram going today too. So, yeah, I don't know what's gone with the color on Twitch and YouTube. It's my laptop. It's not working. And this probably on Instagram's probably not going to be up the full time as on YouTube and Twitch. So if you want the full thing, YouTube and Twitch. I am going to be doing a lot of trumpet, mouthpiece, embouchure work today. I went to the music store. Went to the music store and talked to one of the guys there who's a trumpeter about mouthpieces and embouchure and stuff. And so, hey Kismet, how's it going? Welcome. So Kismet, I know you're a first timer. I have a whole stack of instruments over here. So if you do have any specific requests for a specific instrument, I have a Native American flute. I've got a Native American drone flute. I've got a little whistle I made. I have a soprano recorder, a tenor recorder. This is an overtone flute. Got trumpet. I got harmonica, tin whistle. So if you do have any specific requests, I can switch over and play around. Let's put this over here. But welcome. Oh, I didn't get all the sheet music organized. Of course, I really need to do deep organization on that. Well, here's my scales. Didgeridoo. I was gonna buy one for my brother-in-law, but he lives in an apartment, and so my wife said no. But I also think I might one day make a box didgeridoo or two. Oh, that's right in the microphone. Like that. But I made this one. It's just PVC pipe. It's the gray stuff. You can't tell because everything looks gray over on Twitch and YouTube. But this is rigid non-metallic conduit, above ground and underground. So that's what this is. I think there's probably things that could be done to make this better because on the videos that I've seen about overtone flute, they say that you completely cover the end. Okay, I'm getting actually. But a lot of time when I completely cover the end, it stops the sound like almost completely. So, but this time that's weird. So there, that's what usually happens. I haven't used my tuner to see what notes this actually plays to kind of make a scale for it or anything like that, a little fingering chart. So I don't know what music I could play on this. That one's wild. But starts on a D. There's a low note I can get out of it, but the first like clear note is the A. Excuse me. D, A, D. There's an F sharp in there somewhere. But yeah, I grab this one a lot when I'm studying because I can just be like this. And that's fun to do. And it's just right here on the table, so I can just reach back. And I'll set it anywhere or put it right back. All right. But yeah, what I've been thinking about mainly doing today is work on the tone on my trumpet. Yes, pressure dependent for the notes. The lower notes have lower pressure, a very soft breath, and then the higher notes just a lot faster. Very much like the trumpet. Except the trumpet, it's in your lips. The tighter you get your lips, the higher the note, and the looser your buzz, the lower the note. And then a bugle is just a trumpet without the valve stuff. It's just the main loop. Does a loop or two. And then a herald's trumpet, which are pretty sweet, are just the long ones, which is all of this all stretched out to be like 6 feet long. But yeah, on my my Instagram, I'm using my Instagram I have set up for my barbering and for my other YouTube channel. Haven't used this Instagram in over a year or more. All right. It's gone for a second. Well, no, that's wrong. Yeah, the overtone flute and the just different notes on the overtones on the trumpet, everything are um, very interesting. But that is why it's overtone. You don't have any keys or holes, it's just the one tube. And so it's just the different overtones that this one length of pipe can produce. It's got a bunch of different names too. I think sometimes the Aeolian flute, but it, I think it got um, more. It got some public notice a couple years ago in the Eurovision Song Contest. I didn't find it there. I stumbled across it. I'll put a link in the description for the video that I found it on later. But if you just search overtone flute and you see the thumbnail is a guy and a girl in a forest, that's the one I first watched about the overtone flute. Yeah. All right. But even playing trumpet for about 30 minutes every other week, 15 to 30 minutes every other week, I have been seeing improvements. And I decided last night, I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, but I can just pop off the mouthpiece and I can practice my mouthpiece while I'm doing schoolwork and stuff. Let's see here. Oh, I haven't heard of altai. Is that altai throat singing? I'll have to look that up. That's definitely going on my list. I'll put that down on paper real quick. Altai. Nice. A group called, let's see. Yeah. VEK, the group on YouTube, is what Kismet's talking about. Oh, yeah, here's another way to practice embouchure. Get rid of the mouthpiece. I haven't done this in so long. Ugh. I was better at that in high school because, high school students dinking around all the time, playing around, being silly, and showing off. I learned about subharmonics, which is kind of a version of overtones. I watched a video on how to do like subharmonic singing or something like that. I think the title was nice. Kismet played saxophone in middle school. my brother played saxophone. He started on clarinet in elementary school, and then a couple years later switched over to saxophone, and he played baritone saxophone also. So at one point he had a clarinet and a saxophone. I think he's gotten rid of them, or they're in my mom's storage unit. But this is my trumpet from elementary school. um, oh yeah, overtone singing. The video was like, this is what my voice sounds like after 10 years of subharmonic singing or whatever like that. And from, I don't remember the YouTuber's name. I'm going to try and put all these videos in the description on YouTube after this video is over. I just need to remember to put them all in. But he, from what he can tell, he is like the source for a lot of, or at least the beginning of subharmonic singing on YouTube. And then overtone. I'll go ahead and include the video that I used to make my overtone flute as well. But I saw that video like 2 years ago about subharmonic singing, and I've been trying to get it and do it because I do want to sing lower. According to Songify, is it? But an app that helps with singing. It says I'm a bass, and I've always thought I sung a bass, but my wife's like, "Oh, you're more like a tenor." But I do like the lower sounds, and so yeah, I played euphonium for a while and bassoon. Oh, I need to get me a bassoon. All right, let's get what? There's my scales. I don't know how my scales ended up there over there. What are we in again? G. Yeah. Yeah, Kismet says he loves the sound of the bassoon. Me too. I played bassoon. Man, at this point, I can't remember if I started. I think I learned it my sophomore year of high school in beginning band, and then I played it in symphonic band for my junior and senior year. It was a Schreiber bassoon, and so her name was Shelley, and I really miss Shelley. And the guy who was playing bassoon after me, I knew him as a freshman, and it was a depressing thought to that he was going to be using Shelley. But he was this scrawny stick figure guy. Nothing bad at all about skinny stick figure people, but he was just one of those annoying people. And at one of the football games, he's like near me because he was like plays clarinet or something. He was near me. He's a freshman, and I'm a senior. I was not this big. I wasn't this fat, but I was like 218 pounds, and he was like 5 pounds. Not that, but he was like 50 pounds, 80 pounds. I don't know. I am not good at judging weight. And he's like, "You want to fight?" Me and everyone near me just laughed. It was funny. But I need to get me a bassoon. I have thought about getting a bassoon and then seeing if I could trade that bassoon, whatever I get, for the school's bassoon I used to play. But first, I need to get a bassoon. And yeah, I could probably save up pretty easily, or me and my wife can probably afford it now, and we could just set aside a little bit of money save up for a little bit and get it. I'm looking for just a cheap model. I'm not gonna, I mean, I don't do anything music enough to warrant an expensive or even mid-range bassoon. I just need a student model. Kismet says that we got to stop buying lighters. Hey, I only have like 10 or 11. Of course, I do plan on spending like $130 on Zippo.com later this year. And the last lighter I bought was only $30. Okay, that video is for sure coming out this Friday. I have it edited, it's uploaded. I'm going to schedule it later today, and it's going to go up Friday at 8:05 Mountain Time. All right. That I don't think was right on the way down. Repaid tail therapy is important to an extent. I love window shopping. I absolutely love window shopping. I go to pawn shops all the time. Oh, I need to go today. There's one in town, and they have a video game I want. $10 for the Game Boy Advance. And the higher part of the trumpet is really weird because a lot of it's just back and forth with open and first valve, open, first valve, open, first valve. And it's weird. I didn't play up much above a high D in school because it was just more difficult for me, and I didn't sound good. And I mean, up there does take a lot. And I was always more comfortable on second and third trumpet part anyway. So like, I would be like third chair or lower, fourth chair or lower. I didn't care. I had fun playing the notes. I wanted to have fun. I didn't want to be impressive or anything. I wanted to enjoy playing. All right, my lip's starting to go. So let's go ahead and, okay, there's my scales sheet. So I'll remember that later for when I want it. No, I skipped a line. Cool. Yeah. I mean, most of us who played instruments in high school don't end up in music after school. Even the stellar players. It's just, music's hard to get an actual career in, I think, from what I've seen. And so, um, yeah, after high school, it's just easier to do other things and get other jobs than find a good career in music. Of course, I live in a small town, and their fifth grade band is not that great. They spent, what was it? So back in December, I went to a production for my kids, and the fifth grade was playing, and they did oh, what's it called, or what it was. The fifth graders played, like fifth and sixth graders, but the beginning band was playing, and they had been playing for 5 months. 4 months, 5 months. Let's see here, August, September, October, November. 5 months. We'll say 4 months. I think it was. I think it was 4 months. And they only knew 5 notes. And the band director was proud of them for only knowing 5 notes. And they and it didn't even sound that good. I was trying to play bad. And it didn't sound that good at all. I mean, I could go get my wife's clarinet, or yeah, I could probably go get my wife's clarinet. I don't know how to play clarinet, and I could probably play 5 notes better than. Of course, I am over 30 years old. I have been playing music for over 20 years, and I play multiple instruments. But I want to do an experiment where, and I would love to get this for a YouTube video. I've never played violin. Only string instrument that I've played and have actually learned, the basics of, is ukulele. Oh yeah, because I also have ukulele. It was hiding, so I forgot about it. There we go. I made a couple corrections in there, but let's put it over here. I want to do a video where I start learning violin. Just a one lesson thing. Because yes, I've been playing music for over 20 years, and I am over 30 years old. But still, I think fifth graders should be able to play more than 5 notes after 4 months. If they're going to only play 5 notes, they should sound okay, not bad. And I want to learn a scale on the violin, because that's the first thing I like to do when I get an instrument, is I learn the scale. A lot of them are super easy. Well, like tin whistle, you start at the bottom and you just lift up fingers for each note. But that's why my brother quit band. Kismet saying, depends on the staff of the school. I quit band because this teacher was awful. My brother was a year behind me in school, and he quit because. So we had for my first and second year, freshman and sophomore year of high school, we had this one band director, and then he stopped being the band director and switched over to just choir and piano. He was still at the school, and then the band director that came in, he had been at the college, but then he switched to the high school because his girls were in the same grade as my brother. He had twin girls, and they were in the same grade as my brother. And so he wanted to, spend more time with them and stuff. And so he switched to the school. He still works at my high school, um, but he switched over, and he put um, more focus on marching band because we did marching and symphonic. And this was over in California, so we had a good number of students. Here, I'm in a tiny town. There's 3,000 people for the population, and the band has 10, 15 people in it, pretty much. um, like less than 20. Okay, I'm going to be generous and say at most 25. But my brother quit, as did a lot of people, because we still did a focus on symphonic band. We shifted just a little bit to marching band, and we started doing field shows. And so a lot of people didn't like that it was the more militant, more marching, and I could see that. I just liked playing music, but I liked the energy of the band room and being in band, and so I stayed, and I wanted to stay and play, even though I never practiced at home. I've practiced more in the last 6 months than I ever did at home in the last 6 years of school. Oh, cool. And I just got a notification that Kismet's Corner has a new video up, so go check it out later or something. Yeah. I enjoyed marching band. I actually marched with bassoon once and never again. Well, maybe if I had a plastic reed, I would do it again. I do have a plastic reed. I think it's in my trumpet case. I don't know. No, I think my bamboo one that I last had is still in my trumpet case. But I do have a plastic one somewhere. I don't remember where it is. Actually, it might be in one of these drawers. But when you're marching, a lot of the time you're at rest, and so trumpet, you're like this, and then when you play, you pull it up and then down. But the bassoon, I have it hanging around my. I borrowed my brother's harness, and so it was hanging from my shoulders. And you're walking around like this, and then you pull it up, and you have the reed go in your mouth. And a bassoon reed needs to be wet, and it just dried out too much when I was playing, and when I was resting, and we were in between songs, and so then when I pulled it up to play, I couldn't get a note out of it. But apparently, it's easier with a plastic reed. You can just go, and so, but yeah. So my brother and a lot of people stopped because it was a shift from the symphonic over to the more marching and militantness of it. And we still got awards in symphonic band, and we got marching band awards too. So, and our symphonic band for the school got to Carnegie Hall. I played bassoon on the recording that was sent for the audition to go to Carnegie Hall, but it was just like a year or two after I graduated that the band went. Yeah, Kismet's marching band was successful after their change too. It's interesting. But yeah, I want to get me a bassoon. I think I want to get like just a bassoon between $2,000 and $4,000. I don't need more than that. When I was in high school, or just out of high school. I was looking at a bassoon that I really liked, but it was like $13,000. Yeah, I don't need $13,000. But going back on, um, my wife and her mother have both said that I should, or that I could be the band director here at the school, and that I don't need any schooling for it. I don't need a teaching certificate or anything. I could just go and be the band director for the school. So I have thought about it a little bit. Trumpet's fun because you can take off a section of it and it'll still mostly play normal. Just once you use the valve that you take the slide off for, that's when it makes a difference. Well, Kismet's saying I should be the band director too. Maybe next year at the beginning of the school year, I'll take more look into it. It's they have a month left of school. Yeah, I've more recently been passionate about music. I've really gotten into on one of the another Discord channel for royaler.net. I think it's royaler. Kismet, you'll be able to find easily. You just go into my profile. I think you can see which Discords I'm on. But if you go in there, in both of the other Discords that I'm mainly active in, for Yerba Mate Lab and Royal they both have a little subsection where we talk about music and share different songs and stuff. But I learned about Eurovision Song Contest there. Yes, the game, Royal Game of the website royaler.net is a very good execution of it. And the creator of the website royaler.net, he has the Discord that I'm in Royal and it's a very chill place, just like in the Zippo Mafia website or Discord. It's a little bit more active than welcome. If I don't, I'll send you a invite later if you don't find it or anything. And nice, you'll be welcome. You'll be welcome for sure. But both of those Discords have a music section, and I learned about Eurovision Song Contest from the Royal one. And so, but lately as I've been listening to music, I've been noticing like, oh, that intro is really cool, or oh, hey, that section, that's awesome. And as I've been, doing homework, instead of doing homework, I would prefer to, play harmonica or make instruments. This one is, this one's a figuring it out piece. But I'm trying to figure out where the notes fingering needs to be for this to be what I want it to be. But I'm going to school for non-music stuff because I asked my cousin, who, like me, plays a bunch of different instruments except it's saxophone, French horn, I don't know, probably clarinet, and I know for sure saxophone and French horn, and I know a couple others, but I don't know what they are. But I asked her and about a music degree because I thought about switching, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't do music," and I was like, "Wait, what?" And let's see here. And she's like, "Well, I didn't do a music degree," because she didn't want to practice that much. And so she asked a good thing that got me thinking, do I want to have a performance focus or a teaching focus? And I was thinking to myself, okay, well, there's not really any perform here in the area. I mean, busking would be like the main thing, which I am interested in doing. I've thought about doing it. I've thought about walking around town and just playing while I'm walking and seeing how that goes. And, but I'm just kind of a little, I don't know, stage fright, nervous, embarrassed, I don't know, shy about going and playing. And, I don't have, I'm not good at memorizing music. And so I don't have like a catalog that I can play through and be, decently impressive with. At most, it'd just be sitting on a corner or wherever, just jamming, playing around, just kind of making cool sounds. But yeah, so, and as I said, my wife and her mom both said I don't need anything education for being the band director here. So switching to a music degree really wouldn't be that beneficial. But I want to try and understand music theory more. I've listened to a couple videos recently on music theory, but that's just something that, I haven't, like circle of fifths. Of course, I haven't found I don't think, I don't know. I haven't found what I wanted in kind of music theory videos, but I haven't put a lot of effort into looking for good quality videos or resources on that. All right, let's see here. What is it? Yeah, okay. But yeah, I've been noticing more with music, like, oh, I really like that intro, or that the drum in the background that's got real nice flow with that. And while I'm doing my homework, a lot of time lately, I've started playing 3 different playlists on my computer while I'm and have it going, and so I'll have um, just different songs playing at the same time that just really mesh well, and it's like, whoa, eye opening and mind blowing and stuff. But I have my appreciation for music has really increased. And I asked a bunch of family and friends on Facebook for song suggestions, and I did a couple React videos on YouTube, and I want to go through and finish that suggestion list um, with reactions, but I haven't because for a couple reasons. I moved, and that was just craziness. And I how I set it up to record and everything, it's kind of clunky, and I have a different setup now and different system now. I could do it a lot more easily. But the 2 videos I did got copyright flagged, and so, but there's a whole bunch of videos out there of people doing reacts and stuff like that, and I'm like, how do you get these and have them stay up? So I need to do a quick research on that, and then soon I should get that playlist going again. And also, I'm trying to focus on school, which is an entire another frustration and cause for stress and anxiety that I'm partially avoiding right now because for a couple of reasons. Practicing, and I've set this up Music Monday every other Monday as a time to relax and focus and improve myself. Oh, under the education section for those videos, maybe. Next time I find a video that does what I'm looking to do, I am gonna ask in the comments how to do it. How do you do this without getting it flagged? All right, I want to get through this, and then I want to switch a little bit. YouTube's being a little behind, I guess. It popped up a notification for me. Let's see here. Where do I want to start? There we go. That's an A, not a C or a G? Man. Go back to here. And it's funny, I'm talking to these other two like anyone's watching. Reading out your comments, Kismet, when no one else is here. All right. Zippo Fanatic 77, how you doing? Welcome. Oh, sweet, I already put you as a moderator. Just hanging out. Right now, it's just the Zippo Mafia. You, me, and Kismet. Hey, ZF, you got any requests for an instrument you want to hear? Got recorder, got the soprano. Oh yeah, sorry about the color. I'm trying to get that fixed up. Yeah, I've been gaining weight and just belt's been annoying, and I've been wearing these off and on last month. Got a tenor recorder, got 2 Native American flutes. This one's a drone flute. TMI, dude. Got tin whistle, harmonica, ukulele. Ukulele sounds nice right now. Oh yeah. But with the suspenders, it kind of rubs up on the back of the ukulele. Favorite wind instrument? Ukulele. I mean, not ukulele. I mean, actually, this does have a kind of cool. Where did I get a nice little sound when I do that? I didn't know you could play harmonica. You should do that on stream sometime, man. Nice. I have one upstairs. I'm not going to get it today. I've been forgetting about it for Music Mondays, but it's I'm 99% sure it's my grandpa's. Nice. That's awesome. I'm pretty sure mine is my grandpa's. It's a Lark brand, and it's like a 12 hole, and it doesn't have the same stepping up as this. It's got 2 of the blown notes right next to each other that are the same note. I tried to find any information on it, but I couldn't find any information. So Maybe I'll try and do some more additional research on it, see if I can find it. I think I knew you play guitar. I'm trying to be a better singer. Well, I enjoy singing. I know I'm not that good, and I'm okay with that. I've been playing for almost 2 years. I got this almost 2 years ago. Um, I don't sound how I want to sound. I don't know if it's just a harmonica, if it's me, but when I play, I don't. When I play, it doesn't sound like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain it. Um, but I've been working a little bit on my sound, and for most of the time, I haven't been doing like hand effects. This one's a C. Next one I want to get is a low F. If I get another C, I want to get a Lee Oscar Melody Maker. Because it's got a couple different tunings than your regular diatonic. And I'm gonna tune this one so it's a Patty Richter tuning, but I'm gonna practice on my youngest harmonica first because hers is a $70 or $7, not 7D. Um, Maybe, but there's this guy. His YouTube channel is One Seesaw Two, all smushed together, and he's who I'm really trying to emulate and match up with, and because that's what you do with, as with harmonica. I've learned is you kind of practice and emulate someone. Yeah, I found him with his rendition of "Home on the Range," and he actually let me use it for one of my videos. So I took the audio and I put it in one of my shorts. I think I just called it farming. Um, but it's about moving grain around on the farm when I was doing farm work last year. Um, but the old style harmonica um, playing is it really sounds like two harmonicas are being played because you do your rhythm with a lot of tongue blocking, and then you do the melody just is not blocked as much. That sounds awesome. I would love to hear that. Do you have a recording of it already, or do you need to make a video about it? Or are you going to make a harmonica channel or a music channel? So, when I got the harmonica, and then when I got the tin whistles, I got these like July of last year. I have my C one. It's just I have a D and C is in the car. But I realized that for harmonica and tin whistle, you mainly learn by ear and you don't read music, which I came to realize is kind of what ironic or oxymoronic, or not oxymoronic for that, but very ironic because I, even though I play trumpet, which you need to have a decent ear for, I've never felt I'm good at playing by ear. But the harmonica and the tin whistle are both played by ear and very little with actual sheet music or anything. And so I was just like, what? The two instruments I'm kind of focusing on at the moment, a couple months ago, yeah, um, are both play by ear What? What? But I don't like blues harmonica. I do not want to play blues harmonica. Um, but most of the videos you see online for tutorials and stuff, and basics and everything, is for blues harmonica, so that's kind of annoying. But yeah, with the I've been practicing and trying to do that, where you have the rhythm and the melody on one harmonica. Um, but yeah. Oof. Cool. All right, I am going to be wrapping it up soon, because I got stuff to do. I put all my instruments back where they go. Like, this one goes behind the TV, along with my D tin whistle. And then when I have the C one, it goes in the car. Harmonica goes in the pocket. Ukulele goes in my room. Trumpet goes in the case. I usually put everything back, but the last time I just never put anything away. And this would go in my room somewhere too. And I like having everything spread out. I play more. Well, I might put this back behind the TV because I've been missing playing that one. Um, Hokey joint. I'll have to look that up too. My dad suggested a band. I can't remember what it is at the moment. Um, but it's blues, and I'm not a big fan of the blues. Not just I don't like blues harmonica. It's just I'm not a fan of blues. I'll listen to it and enjoy it, but I don't pick it out and go. It's not something I go to. But if people play it, I enjoy it. But I don't want. It's not. I actively listen to it. But yeah, so I might spread out my instruments again this week. Uh, but yeah, exactly. I respect the blues. I do respect the blues. And one video I saw, they were talking about the learn blues harmonica techniques, and you can apply them in other things, which is true of anything. If you learn jazz techniques, you can apply it in classical music. Everything can be and should be crisscrossed and reanalyzed. Like, there's this guy who plays guitar very insanely, like Sarge from One Seesaw Two, where it sounds like he's playing two harmonicas. With Marcin, the guitarist, it's crazy, because it sounds like there's three or four different people playing, not just guitar, but because he uses the body a lot for percussive. Ooh, G D E A. Ooh, that sounds interesting. My Instagram live feed just went dead. I guess you can only stream for an hour. Oh, the microphone's super close. Oh, sorry, I got distracted and lost in the music. That's one thing that I do like about the string instruments, which I never thought I'd play string instrument because the couple times I played, like in high school and stuff, my brother had a bass guitar and a 6 string. All right, Kismet, you're getting off. I'm getting off too in a minute, really. Just probably going to finish my thought and then peace out. I usually just play till the top of the hour. Oh, yeah. I never thought I'd learn a string instrument because a couple times I would play around, like on my brother's guitar and bass guitar. I hadn't learned anything about how to play, so I would just dink around like. But yeah, that rhythm, bum 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 bum. That was my favorite to play. I just do that, and so when I'm strumming, that pops up a lot, even though I'm trying to do an island strum. I guess they're kind of the same. They're very similar, except the island strum is more structured in the direction. Um, but yeah, I never thought I'd learn, but I'd never learned anything about the frets or anything, and it took a surprising time. Um, nice. To learn. Like people don't talk about it on their shorts and stuff on Instagram or YouTube when I think would fit that each fret is a half step. So you have G, so C, G, sorry, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, G, no, E sharp. I don't remember a moment. I'm just trying to go quick. Each one's a half step. And if I had known that earlier, I would have much greater progress. But I do like being able to talk and play, which is you can't do with wind instruments, which is all I thought I'd ever play was wind instruments. And if I could bring my piano down here, I would be having piano on my Music Mondays too. Maybe one day I'll do Music Mondays up with the piano. All right. All right, Zippo Mafia, we're going to go ahead and peace out today. I got stuff to do. I'm going to give someone a haircut here in about an hour, but I got other things I need to do before that. So, thank you guys for being here. It's fun chatting with you, Kismet, especially. And ZF, while you've been here. But I'm going to end it, and if anyone gets to this point on one of the video on demand or rewatches or whatever archive, thanks for watching, and have a great day.